they're video chatting.
I want you.
They predicted Skype and cake.
I'm still convinced that the writers of Simpsons are time travelers.
Today we predict a really great episode.
I predict you're right.
Okay, that's good. Me too.
How come?
We are gonna go through 8 TV shows and movies that have accurately predicted the future.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh, I love this kind of stuff.
Oh, I love these because they're just chance, but it's so creepy at the same time.
Before we get started, we just wanted our viewers to know that we will have to mute any clips that have music, but we've linked the original videos down below.
Okay, I'll try not to sing the Beatles while I'm reacting to this channel.
Good evening, Zootopia!
Shakira! And the Super Bowl.
Well, that's pretty similar to what she was wearing at Super Bowl.
Oh, the Shakira dress at the halftime show? I saw this on Twitter.
She wore the same outfit.
I thought it was kind of scary on how the dress is literally the exact same as hers. So I don't know if they got inspired when they saw this movie or just happy a coincidence, but I'm gonna say they got inspired.
Oh, so that was supposed to be like a halftime performance as her as an elk? How long ago was that?
I thought it was so funny because like right after the halftime show, like on Instagram, they had like the side-by-side videos of her and that, and people were like, oh my gosh, she like ripped them off. It's like, no, that's literally her.
Many were pointing out that in this 2016 animated film Zootopia, Shakira's character was performing at what also seemed like a halftime show. Not only that, but Shakira also wore the exact same outfit.
That's gotta be on purpose. It's spot on.
I want someone to ask her if she noticed this. Was this intentional? Was this like a nod to the film?
That had to have been on purpose. That's not a coincidence.
That just has to be like a signature Shakira wardrobe. They're like, she likes that one. Put it on her character, put it on her. She looks good in red. You cannot deny it.
Gotta get a juicer. Gotta drink juice. Lose weight. Won't get chest pain from answering the phone anymore.
Oh, God.
This is the one I just saw. This one had me, like, it was kind of scary how kind of almost spot on it is.
Please don't tell the supervisor I have the flu. Oh,
Does it have to do with that damn coronavirus?
Hey, Dad, this came for you in the mail.
Is this about the coronavirus? I don't think we can give Simpsons credit for predicting illness.
Oh, so the spreading of a virus.
Flu germs entering every orifice in my head.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
The dreaded Osaka flu.
This is the virus.
Over 300 cases now reported.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Oops. But it happens.
Okay, so what year was this?
1993.
Oh, my God.
I'm still convinced that the writers of Simpsons are time travelers. There's a difference from, getting like 1 to 2 things that is like, oh wow, you kind of happen to get that right. And then you go from like 10 to 15 things that are getting it right and it's still going on. That's terrifying.
So in 1993 episode from The Simpsons, their fictional Osaka flu from Japan infects Springfield. Many online are now drawing similarities to the coronavirus scare that's happening right now.
But that's not even Japan. And it's just germs. Germs come from countries all the time. That's kind of like how they work.
That's insane. Like, it's just like, oh, let me just write a little book about like this virus or whatever. And it's happening. My brain's kind of everywhere right now because that's so crazy. Damn.
Simpsons is notorious for predicting these scenarios. We even have an entire episode dedicated to these predictions.
Oh.
How do you think they're continuously doing this?
Well, like I said, I mean, if they're coming up with different ideas, anything is possible, I guess. It could happen. But it does seem to be really specific, so I think that's what makes it creepy.
Once is a coincidence, right? Twice, give it a coincidence. But after it's like so many times, it just keeps predicting things. It's like, it makes you wonder, like, how?
Is it just destiny that everything ultimately is going to happen? You go, oh, well, let's just watch this show regularly, and maybe that'll be the next thing that happens. Scary thought.
What happens at the end of the episode? Does everyone die? I'm just trying to find out the end game. Should I be doomsday prepping right now? What's that episode?
I think you're really gonna like it here. And obviously everyone's in a really
it's Parks and Rec.
because of the Cubs winning the series.
Yeah, it seems really nice. I mean, I am
is this the Cubs winning the series? Sports.
Because of the Cubs winning the series.
Oh!
Yeah, it seems really nice. I mean, I am gonna miss Pawnee, though.
Did it say Cubs in the World Series? Dang! And Parks and Rec is, like, way older than that, because the Cubs just won, like, a couple years ago, right?
I remember that when the Cubs won, everyone flipped out.
I'm from Chicago, and oh my God, we waited forever for the Cubs to win the World Series.
So during the show's final season, Parks and Rec predicted that the Cubs would win the World Series. Even though the episode aired in 2015, Sam and Andy's trip in this episode took place in what was 2017. So that episode, they were a little bit in the future, which means the Cubs would have had already won the championship in 2016, which they did.
That also means that Leslie Knope could still be president someday.
That's a little weird because there is like a lot of teams, a lot of probabilities. So, but at the same time, there's so many like guesses to who's gonna win. So someone's got to get it right.
Parks and Recreation, in my opinion, was not a show that existed on some, different universe or on some different plane. Like, they were like with us in real time. And so to say something like that so confidently and for it to happen, that's incredible.
Have you seen this? It's our new alumni website for college.
Oh, I know those guys. Aren't they friends?
Messages for people.
They're friends with each other, right?
You can post messages for people, let everyone know what you're up to.
Oh, social media.
Faster way to tell people that I'm unemployed and childless.
The prequel to Facebook.
It's actually kind of interesting to find out what people are doing. Remember Andrea Rich?
Is this
That
Facebook?
tall girl that wouldn't sleep with you? Well, her internet company went under, and she lost an ear in a boating accident. Bet she'd sleep with you now.
So maybe Zuckerberg watched this episode and he was like, hey, that's a good idea.
That was from an episode of Friends, which aired back in 2003. In the episode, Ross is basically describing to Chandler what is essentially Facebook.
But I bet on Ross's website, his mom never tries to share him with memes.
A full year after that, Mark Zuckerberg launched what at the time was called the Facebook.
No way, this was before? What the hell? No, that's weird. That's like someone to make up a social media before it even happens. I wonder if people were thinking about it. Like, they're like, oh, we should do this. And Mark Zuckerberg's like, I'll do it.
Jetson, I apologize. Oh, Mr. Spacely?
Oh, the
I
Jetsons.
got halfway home and started thinking that I got a big mouth.
FaceTime.
And I shouldn't have
So they're like FaceTiming?
I went
they're video chatting. They predicted Skype and cake.
More reasonable hour.
They're FaceTiming. But it's funny because it's like, it's not the idea of a cell phone. It's more like a call box.
I remember laughing at about a lot of this and going, oh yeah, I'd like that. That'd be handy. Did I think I'd see it in my lifetime? Nah.
100 years ago, there were very specific images associated with, like, the future! And we focus on, like, not having flying cars, so we're like, nothing's impressive. But we have a lot of shit. Like, I can look at someone's face on my phone across the world.
All right, so that was the animated series The Jetsons, which is way ahead of its time in technology because it aired back in the early 60s.
60s?
Ooh. That's real predictions. Like, that's 60 years in the future predictions.
The internet wasn't even created back then, yet there were cleaning robots, flat screen TVs, and as you just saw, video calls.
Which is literally what we have today, like the Roomba and FaceTime and crazy.
I can't imagine life without the internet. So it's so weird to think of them just thinking of this concept without that to back it up. That's actually kind of weird.
Maybe whoever came up with it was inspired by watching it or, thought, hey, that's something that maybe we could do. We try to imagine what the world is going to be like, and who knows? I mean, we won't probably, 100 years from now, we won't be here to see it, but who knows what could spark someone else to do something.
The whole afternoon researching the war in Iraq. I couldn't wait to dive right into the spirited debate.
Love Scrubs.
What a jacket. Wow. Come on, no one wants to debate Iraq with me?
I'll debate Iraq with you.
Oh, I didn't know he was on this show.
Prepare to be dazzled.
Okay. In my opinion, we should be looking for bin Laden in Pakistan.
Oh.
Get that globe nearby?
Is that where we found bin Laden? The janitor knows everything.
That's a pretty specific line right there.
Things like that is oddly specific and also gets into like the political realm. So it's a little scary to like be able to predict that.
That was a comedy series, Scrubs. And in that 2006 episode, the janitor throws out that the U.S. Army should be looking for Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. Sure enough, fast forward to 2011 and bin Laden was found in
Pakistan.
I don't know. I can't explain that one. Interesting.
Wow, that's interesting. It just makes me like want to see like the thought process, right? It makes me want to interview the writer.
I'd love to hear what the writers thought. I'd really be amazed. I'd like to know, was it because they were so politically astute that it made sense to them that he would be there? Were they just playing around and going, oh, well, put it over there somewhere? You know, I'd like to hear how they managed to pull this off.
I think that writer knows things. I don't know how they felt, but I feel that they know things.
This is a video game.
Oh, I was gonna say, where's Back to the Future?
My dad taught me about these.
Now this I've seen so many times. It's not even funny.
It's so funny to look at how people thought the future was gonna look like.
I'm a crack shot at this.
It looks so rinky-dinky compared to now.
You mean you have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
They predicted the Kinect.
There are so many different ways we play with video games now, where we do like a VR or like any other type of full body sensor motion where we don't have to use our hands anymore.
So given the title of the film, who knew that Back to the Future was actually predicting the future?
I mean, it's in the title.
It predicts several things in the film that had not yet existed, including hands-free game consoles. But it wasn't until the early 2000s, right, that companies like Xbox Kinect and Nintendo Wii had launched and let gamers control on-screen actions using voice and gestures.
That's insane. They were probably referring to something that would happen in the future. And the fact that, like, that's what we have today, not even today, like, it came out, like, a while ago.
It's interesting, like, you go back and you look at old media and you see, like, people's kind of wish list of, like, what they think the future is gonna look like. And then, like, some of them they pick and choose. Like, it's things that people worked on and listened to and created. And it's cool to see, like, kind of what they wanted come to fruition, almost.
This is weird. I feel like a lot of it is just, like, futuristic movies, and they're just taking their best guess. They're like, what would I want to see happen? And then they write it down.
Finally, some consider these predictions, like the ones you saw today, to be predictive programming, which essentially means the government or the higher-ups are using media to make the population more accepting of future events.
That's some looper bullshit.
Do you think these were predictive programming, or were they just harmless coincidences?
I think they were probably harmless coincidences, but if I wrote it, I would definitely say I was predicting the future.
So somebody knows that this is what's going to happen? Oh, come on. No, I'm not buying that.
It's coincidence or clever writing, educated writing, educated guess. It's not predictive programming. I will never go with a conspiracy theory. No.
I don't think they're predictive programming only because it seems like they're happenstances in certain episodes. I don't subscribe to predictive programming, that idea of predictive programming now.
Hey everyone, Lauren, producer here at FBE.
And I'm Jose Carlos, producer on the Try Not To channel.
We are so excited to announce the release of our brand new Try Not To channel, which is now live.
We have a ton of new shows coming your way, releasing every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure to subscribe to that channel to check them out.
Don't worry, we're still gonna have all of the content that you love over on FBE and React. We just got a new place for all the Try Not Tos that you love watching.
So remember, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you over on the Try Not To channel. Bye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Generations React, and shout out to Sinewave52.
We predict that you will hit the bell and subscribe.
Bye.
Hey everyone, Lauren, producer here at FBE. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure you guys go check out our brand new channel, Try Not To. If you want to check it out, links are going to be down in the description. Bye everyone.